I'll bring in Gaurav Sawant, who's joining us now from Ayodhya to soak in some of the culture, the spirituality there. Gaurav, the Prime Minister currently at Sapt Mandir. Take us through what's happening there.
So the Prime Minister currently visiting the Sapt Mandir, and it's a very beautiful concept. Praying at the mandirs or 7 temples of Maharshi Vishwamitra, Valmiki, Vashisht, Agastya, and then Mata Shabri, Mata Ahilya, and then Jatayu. So this is, this is a list of 7 temples that Prime Minister Narendra Modi will be visiting, praying to at all these temples. Then there is also a statue of the squirrel where the Prime Minister, the Gilhari, whose contribution again was as big as everyone else in making the Ram Setu for Lord Ram to cross. Jatayu for the valiant effort to save Mata Sita from Ravan. Though he made the supreme sacrifice of his life, he stayed alive till the time he was able to give directions to Lord Ram to move in the direction of Sri Lanka or Lanka and defeat Ravan. So, every bit of Ramayana is currently depicted on the streets of Ayodhya. Just as you get into Ayodhya, you see various aspects of Maryada Purushottam Sri Ram's life. The Prime Minister and the Sri Ram Janmabhoomi Tirth Kshetra, through this entire temple effort, making that effort that future generations also link up to the teachings, the philosophy of Maryada Purushottam Sri Ram, so that we move in the direction of the Ram Rajya, or the just environment, of the just civilizational ethos that the Sanatan culture or the Indian culture truly believes in, Akshata.
Gaurav, used the word Indian culture and Sanatan culture as one. I know there are many who won't agree with you, but explain to us what you mean by that, Gaurav. When you talk of Ram Rajya, how that transcends beyond just one religion and is perhaps a learning for society in large.
Those who disagree with this are free to do so, and that again is the beauty of the Sanatan culture, that everyone has the freedom to believe what they want. However, there is a civilizational ethos of the belief that originated in this land. You see, the Sanatan culture that we talk about, the religion that we talk about, is the religion that grew from this land, that originated in Bharatvarsh. There are religions that came from other parts of the world, and they have equal rights in this country. Everybody has equal rights. But the philosophy of this land is very different. And that is exactly what Maryada Purushottam personifies. So, for example, there will be philosophies in which somebody may kill the other to take over their territory, because that is what empires are built on. Alexander the Great, he came vanquishing so many people, but from the shores of the Jhelum River and Ravi, he then went back. But there were other invaders who came in, conquering territory, some choosing to go back and some choosing to rule here as victors. But what is the civilization that grew in this land? Maryada Purushottam Sri Ram did not invade any country to occupy it, did not invade any place to occupy it. He may have defeated Bali, but did he take over the empire? Sugriv ruled over Kishkindha, the son of that territory. He may have defeated Ravan and killed Ravan, but did the Ikshvaku Vansh or the Raghukul rule Lanka? No, it was Vibhishan. So that is India's civilizational philosophy, that does not believe in conquering anybody else's territory, does not believe in imposing our culture, our ethos on anyone. Take, for example, the liberation of Sri Lanka, the liberation of Bangladesh in 1971. Did India occupy that territory? India did not occupy that territory. Or Maldives, Operation Cactus in 1987. Did India occupy that territory? India did not occupy that territory. Again, Lanka, IPKF did not occupy any territory, because that is not the civilizational ethos of this land. So there is a civilizational ethos here. Brothers fight over property, and we are looking at that across the world. what is the civilizational ethos of this land? Ram, when he's sent on Vanvas for 14 years, does Bharat occupy the throne here and throw out his brother? He does not. He refuses
Gaurav,
to
my
rule.
apologies for interrupting, but just to alert our viewers that the images that are coming in, and Gaurav, just stay with me. Images that are coming in right now is of the Prime Minister at the Shesh Avatar temple in Ayodhya. This is dedicated to Lord Lakshman. So it's one of the temples, one of the mandirs that the Prime Minister will be visiting. He's visited the Sapt Mandir, now the Shesh Avatar temple as well, that the Prime Minister is at. Gaurav, take us through the significance of this particular mandir. Pictures on our screens.
So, the devotion to brotherhood or relationship, nobody symbolizes that better than Bhrata Lakshman or brother Lakshman. Again, somebody who was born to rule, he gave up everything just to be with Lord Ram, and for a period of 14 years was not just the bodyguard, but the person who was the shadow, the altar of ego of Lord Ram, always with Lord Ram, come what may, through thick and thin. Lord Ram may have gone to sleep at night, but Bhaiya Lakshman stayed awake to look after and guard his territory, or to guard his well-being. This is what Lakshman is all about. This is what Lakshman's persona is all about, and that is the persona that is the civilizational ethos, that brothers look after each other, brothers don't fight for territory, brothers don't kill each other for property. In modern times you may witness that in society, but that is India's civilizational ethos. That's the effort towards Ram Rajya.